Good day, everybody. This is the Ecclesiarch here, back to you with some more Horus Heresy Legions, and today we are going to be presenting to you the finals of the Triumph at Ullanor, something that I know that a lot of you have been waiting for, and of course, as befits a special occasion, we are going to be commenting on this together with none other than Raziel. So Raz, how you doing today?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Doing great. So pretty excited to check out the finals, and yeah, if we're ready, we can get the show on the road.
Yeah, I think everyone has waited long enough for this, so let's get started.
Very well. So this is going to be game one with Warmaster Boris versus Gladius Damocles, and we have the Salamanders versus the Night Lords. Let's roll.
Yeah.
I
Right off the
will
bat, we can
withstand
see
any
two
hardship
Tectonic Blast
to
in hand, which is
fulfill
going to be
my end.
very good against Night Lords due to their low HP.
Oh yeah, that is also true, and plus the Survivor is pretty interesting because Night Lords might struggle a little bit there.
Yeah, definitely. No free murder on a lot of things is very, very difficult to deal with at times, but at the end of the day, it's Sevatar, so who knows?
Yeah, Sevatar does tend to be the dangerous one of the Night Lords because the aggro it can put out is nuts. Okay. Ooh, so already down with the invisible unit.
Yeah, and because of the very balanced Radask squad can play the Tech Marine here, which would have been an amazing top deck otherwise. Curves nicely into the face toss, I think it's called.
Ooh, I think this is gonna work. Not exactly.
Gladius does have... Okay, never mind. I was gonna say he has a decision to make. Either he bashes and puts it into range of his attack, so he gets Battle Honor, but now I think we can all see what is gonna happen.
Yep, absolutely. Tectonic Blast. I
Pretty
think-
solid value.
Oh, pretty good for sure. And technically speaking, they're still at equal HP because 5 Survivor.
Yeah, some might even say he's has the HP advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, okay. Prometheum Awakening. You know, in a way, it's still an interesting matchup because Salamanders do not tend to have very high attack, so Terror from the Night Lords does trigger quite a bit. But again, there's also Survivor against the Murder, as you said, so... Ooh.
Yeah, he's gonna get 2 artifacts here. However, I think he's gonna be milled afterwards, because if I'm counting right, he has 8 in hand, so it's gonna be
Yeah.
on 10 here.
Guess he
Does get Dragon's Breath, which is AoE that doesn't kill his own board, and Flame Projector for lethal.
Oh, okay. He actually managed to get it. The Night Lord player is actually putting up a really decent fight here because I would have thought that that console was game over. Ooh, nice card burn though. Bad roll.
Yeah, he does manage to clear the board here, and I don't think there is really a whole lot he can do here to clear the Guiding Light unless he has the Heart Removal in hand.
Oh, that's a scary card.
A scary card indeed. How... Okay.
Okay, there's the front line. Oh, this isn't looking too good for the Night Lord, honestly.
Yeah, especially because he doesn't know that Boris has the Flame Projector in hand, so he has the potential to bash for 5 with his Warlord, and never mind.
That is pretty damn cool. But there is going to be a Promethean Awakening, maybe even? Nope, just a
Yeah,
Conic.
for sure.
Stay on the safe side, I guess.
Yeah, let's see if he rolls a 2 with the Dragon's Breath, which I assume is going to happen. And because he's a good player, he's obviously going to get the 2. Insult to injury on the Warlord as well. And now, as I mentioned before, 5 damage from Warlord due to Flame Projector is on the table. So if Gladius is overzealous here and bashes, that's going to be the end, but he smartly decides not to.
Uh-oh.
And sadly, he doesn't get rewarded, and that should be the first game to Boris.
Well, I guess that's revenge for Istvan 5.
You could say so. Although I don't think Tekel was present on Istvan.
Yeah, he was not, as far as I remember. But, well, Istvan was notoriously where Salamanders got... Well, mostly I think Salamanders, if I remember, were devastated by more like Iron Warriors and Death Guard. But...
Yeah, although what Curse did to Vulcan is certainly not going to be something the Salamanders will look on very kindly.
Well, that was a good game 1 for sure. Pretty close. I think it could have gone either way. But that's how it is. It's usually a ticking time bomb when it comes to Salamanders versus Night Lords. If you can't finish the Salamander off quickly enough, then he's just going to smack you in the late game. So let's move on to game number 2. Okay guys, back to game number 2 between Warmaster Boris and Gladius Damocles. We had a pretty good game 1. And now we're going to have Genetia Kroll herself versus, is that Perturabo actually? Is that the Altart? Yeah, it seems like it is Perturabo. I'm not familiar with that Altart actually, but...
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it on ranked either. Although I think I've seen it once. Yeah, pretty good matchup for Boris here. Iron Warriors are very susceptible to all the removal, although they do have a high lethal range. But let's see if that comes into play here or not.
And on top of that, there's also the fact that Perty is not playing a lot of troops here. So the Reckoning is being fed.
Oh yeah, that comes into play as well. Kroll is basically gonna get free Reckoning unless this is a more troop-oriented Iron Warriors deck, which could be the case. You know, you've seen Kroll as an option for your opponent, so maybe you have chosen to go with more troops.
Oh, nice hits. Interesting that there's a Pale Scourge in there. Maybe Magnus was expected.
Yeah, we don't know the Warlord picks. At least I don't think I know them, so maybe Thousand Suns are an option
Could definitely
for a future
be.
game. Although that would give me the question, why didn't you ban Kroll if you have Thousand Suns? But maybe some other Warlord was even better into everything else, so...
Yeah, possible. Oh, unlucky there.
That could be a very, very unfortunate miss.
That is a very unfortunate miss because... Oh my god.
At least Kroll doesn't buff the not white foxes, the 4/4 flanker, so now it at least dies when attacking.
Oh, going face, I see. Then again, I guess that is the correct play because the 7/6 is gonna have to bash into that anyway, I guess. Unless Kroll is ready to sacrifice.
That was a very interesting play, because I thought he would have traded and then went with like Prosecutor Mistress or even Kroll's newly added Warlord ability, which I keep forgetting she now has.
Oh,
Because now you've essentially wasted quite a bit of damage on that, but...
Wait a minute, is this GG?
Oh yeah, he has access to the finisher. If he has the finisher in hand, of course. Yeah.
Maybe he's bluffing.
Below 20 HP, guess you die.
Maybe he's bluffing.
There's one. Doesn't have the second one.
Oh, he doesn't have the second one.
Or rather the Grammaton, which gives him the second one.
Oh, wow.
I was gonna say, why do I feel like this is still gonna be GG, just not in the way we expect? And well, simply a better player.
That is unfortunate. Well, that will be 2-0 for Sir Boris. This was very scary because I was sure that was gonna be a lethal for the Iron Warriors, because usually when Purty does that, you kind of know what's coming. So I guess.
Yeah, and with Kroll down to no cards in hand, even if you don't have the finisher, you still expect to live to see the next turn. And maybe he had 2 Herald in hand and did it this way to like do the finisher combo over 2 turns. So because he played Mastery at the end of his second last turn, he still had the reduction for the turn that never happened because he died. So maybe he had both Herald in hand. We will never know.
Well, I guess we will never know. In that case, we're now gonna go to the next match. Well, so now we continue, gentlemen, and this time it's going to be Dark Lord versus Ravashkario from the Emperor's Children. And guess what he's playing? Ravashkario. So that's actually, you know, I gotta respect the roleplay, Raz. I just gotta respect that.
And what is more fitting than Sevatar from Dark Lord, who is arguably our biggest Night Lords player in the community. So this is certainly the matchup we could have the least expected coming into this match.
Yeah, this is actually pretty exciting. So let's see how it rolls. So well, Sevatar being aggressive as expected.
Yeah, decides not to take out the Master of the Signal here, which now can trade into the Keth squad, so...
Well, Radis squad, obviously.
Yeah, of course, you know, your average Night Lord player. Oh, we gotta have that on curve.
Yeah, no way there's not gonna be one. Ooh. Noise Marines. Oh, look at that, he risked. Huh. I'll be honest.
Let's see if he's risking again.
He should not. Okay,
he's smart enough not to do that, yeah.
The RNG was not on his side.
Although I guess in that position you can very much afford to risk, because you're already up by 5 HP. If you hit into one of the troops, then you can use the 2 flankers that you get from the tactic to kill the other one. And if you hit face, well, you're Sevatar, you will always take damage.
I don't see the Emperor's Children taking this.
I don't know if you saw that, but that was the new 3/3 Mechanicum guy, which I don't know if they changed the rule set for this, because I know it was up to them, but last I checked, I think that card was banned, but I'm not too sure. So maybe they decided to allow the new neutrals. But it doesn't look like it will come into play, although...
Yeah, I mean, I think the results are kind of clear.
Yeah, with the unstoppable stealth unit coming up.
Oh, but look at that, look at that. Actually, Kario is starting to... Oh my god. There's no way he wins this, right?
Doesn't really matter, because he has Goodell to clear out the 6/3, get the murder, get rid of the shield. Even if he heals to 5, Kargas is still enough to take him out. So, despite the potentially banned card, which I will check in a bit, doesn't end up mattering.
Yeah, the Goodell actually was nasty. Well, game number 1 was certainly one of the not close games, I would say, that we had right now. Though I can say that it was a dangerous spot, because those Phoenix Guard and Terminators and stuff, like, that could have gone south if he didn't have Gudel. So, yeah, maybe it was closer than it might seem, but now we're having Salamanders again. And this time they're up against the Alpha Legion. We can assume it's Alpharius. Okay,
either Alpharius or Exodus. I don't think any of the others are competitive enough to be brought here, although if we do see maybe like Sheed Ranko, but that's more copium from my end, I think. Given the fact that he's been drawing quite a lot here and has not revealed yet, I'm inclined to think that it's Exodus, because Alpharius players usually reveal around like the second turn. But maybe he just wants to curve into a 5 energy troop like the Headhunter guy, Escrix or so is his name. But given still no transformation, this looks very likely to be Exodus.
I genuinely actually do think that this is a nice matchup for the Salamanders, though, because, again, they're hard to kill due to their survivors, and they don't really need to attack either. They have a lot of active abilities that they can use, so...
Yeah, especially given Alpha Legion don't have... For one, they don't have an actual heart removal, and the kind of heart removal that they do have kills the troop during the opponent's turn, so sacrifice is still on the table. Certainly not the best matchup for an Alpha Legion player.
I am really interested to... Oh, wow.
Okay, no way in hell this isn't Exodus. I don't think you would play that in Alpharius. Although I'm curious what he's digging for, because we've seen quite a lot of draw early on. Maybe he's trying to get into the Azure Serpent as fast as possible?
That could be possible, though. Ooh. He's burning a lot of stuff, though.
Yeah, he's investing quite a few resources into drawing and not enough to commit to the board.
Oh, what?
Okay, I guess I don't know anything about this game, and it was Alpharius all along.
Wait a minute, wasn't Feist Dravian also banned?
I think... No, Dravian...
Oh no, Dravian was not. Dravian was not. It was the Chaos one that was banned.
Yes, Mirror was banned.
Okay, this was a game-winning play.
For sure, but that's one of the other things that Salamanders are very good at, you know, taking out 4 HP troops. And, you know, given you are playing against Salamanders, you have to expect it, but at the other hand, I don't think there's a lot else you could have done. Oh my god, it is Exodus after all.
And another supply disruption.
You know, while we did see the volcanic blast here, we didn't see the Parama invasion yet, so maybe he was looking for that?
Oh, that's actually surprising. Yeah, no Paramars. No Paramars. Ooh, that's a lot of
Yeah, it would have
damage
been
by
very good in
Exodus.
this position, given a lot of stuff is on low HP.
There's Paramar. But again, there's too much Survivor.
And, of course, the flame projector in hand, which...
Oh.
Okay, I guess the replay did the replay thing where it just
Yeah.
stops and doesn't display the end, but as we could clearly see, there was like 5 wastes of lethaling, both on the board and in his hands, so... I am gonna assume that Dark Lord did indeed win that one 2-0, which should put the score at 1 each, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, in any case, we, for example, for now had only 2 O's, so let's see if the third one is going to be any different. Well, guys, we're back to game number 3, and this is now Einherjar versus Arnagor, so that's probably Aragorn's evil brother. So let's continue now. Lord of the Flies versus Genetia Kroll with her beautiful alt art. Let's get the show on the road, Raz.
Indeed, indeed.
Sergeant Coulson. Interesting.
Yeah, I think the first couple of turns are probably... I was gonna say are probably just gonna be trading abilities, but he did manage to land the counterattack on the big fly, or like rather on the plague drone.
Ooh, that's a good start. Ooh. Kroll is taking a little bit of a beating here, but Now... Oh, what? Interesting.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth using the White Falcons just to clear one drone, because at the end of the day, I don't think
not.
Lord of the Flies has any issues getting more of those. And yes, we could see he used Ullanor the last turn to draw into a vehicle, which did end up being the Chthonian Transport, which is a very strong card if you know what you're doing with it. So...
I've been seeing a lot of Sisters and the Rogel drones using it.
But he has two of them, so...
Interesting.
There seems to be a lot of infantry coming our way. Unless, of course, he generates 50 more Flamer Sergeants, then it's not going to be an issue.
That's a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Roll is taking a lot of beating, though.
Yeah, indeed. Although I don't really think the Watchers from the Dark are what you want to get in this matchup, because while Sisters of Silence certainly have some strong effects, I think the main value comes from their rally abilities, so jamming them is not going to be as effective. And them having such a low attack stat means Kroll can get Battle Honor for free here. I think I would play Kull here and then use the Wallet ability to clear the drone, which seems to be exactly what he's thinking. He could also play the Flamer Sergeant, I guess, yeah. Which he got from Coulson, so it's legal if the new neutrals are still banned. So, all good there. Key thing to note here, though, is that Arnagor is starting to run low on cards here, only 2 in hand, and with a lot of neutral warlords, the main issue is that you do kind of not just run out of steam, but once you do run out of steam, there isn't really a lot you can do.
Yeah, that is a typical neutral warlord problem right there. And great ties.
Probably not the most value you could have gotten out of Tithe, but I think given his hand is not really good at dealing with a 5 HP unit on the board right now, it's probably worth using. And crucially, 5 energy left and nothing on the board from Arnagor, which I believe is going to be more or less the death sentence here. Yes, he does manage to take out the tank, but given he has Osprey in hand and Prosecutor Mistress, I think he can even take out the drone without bashing it.
Oh, Renegade Navigatus.
That's a card that I've not seen used ever. Although I guess it does make sense in Kroll.
I played around with that card a lot, but can't say I'm never ever really satisfied with it.
It's trying to be Kaizo Lane so hard, but
it's not working.
Yeah, quantity over quality doesn't always work, and I personally always preferred Kai's ability to give me one card that I actually wanted instead of 2 random Titan-related tactics that didn't do anything for me, so...
Roll is very low though, but now it's got the Raptor guard. Unless the Lord of the Flies actually does lethal here, I think it's over.
Last rotation did take out quite a lot of burn cards from the neutrals, like Planetary Purge and Warp Assault. So I don't think he actually has that many burn cards to take out Kroll even on 5 HP, so I wouldn't surprise me if this is not actually that close. And again, he doesn't really have... Okay, he has Burning of Bots, so had he drawn that 1 turn early, he did roll the 3, so...
Oh, stun. And he got the shield.
And Mind Blade on top of that, oh no. I don't
Okay.
think there's any chance for him to. Okay, maybe he. Okay, he whiffs the Ullanor.
Oh my god.
That hurts.
Oh my god. Oh, that hurts so much. The stun plus the miss. That hurt my soul. Honestly.
I don't want to calculate the probability of drawing exactly one of. I mean, I guess there were multiple cards that could have fulfilled the same purpose that he could have gotten from the Navigators, but still, 2 random tactics, and he does manage to get exactly what he needed for that, so. Feels bad.
Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Okay. Let's move on then to the next game. And again, it's friggin' Salamanders with Forge Master.
Yeah, it's a very versatile warlord, and I can say from our encounter in earlier rounds, the Imperial Fists, especially Fafnir Run, is certainly a very strong option as well. Let's see if Fafnir Run can do better than Savatar when it comes to taking down Tekel, though.
It is possible because Ran is quite a beast.
Yeah, given he's playing Watchers in the Dark, I do think it's very likely we are going to see another Chthonian transport later this game, if he manages to join that, because I don't think you're running Watchers in the Dark if you're not running that. Even against Salamanders as a tech option, I don't think that's worth it.
Oh, there it is. Though there is the infiltration mission to deal with that. That Chthonian transport is, I think, especially strong versus fists. Not versus, sorry, on fists.
Yeah, because you, I think the whirlwind tank that you would be the other vehicle target for cards like Ulan Huda costs 6 energy, so they do curve into each other quite nicely.
Ran is dealing a lot of damage, but he's already behind.
Here comes the, what's the name? Pyroclast Warden, I think? The guy that deals massive AoE damage. Sadly, needs to take 5 to take it out, and there is a Volcano going to erupt, I assume.
Oh, he left it.
Yeah, I do think against fists you can't afford to use the infiltration missions just to take a little less damage. I think there are quite a few cards that you need to jam.
Oh.
This is going to hurt. On the other hand, how satisfying does that have to feel?
Absolutely satisfying, though. Oh, Phalanx. Ran is not out of this yet. Oh, he's gonna get hit by another infiltration mission. Oh, or not.
Yeah, I think he's trying to go for game here because there isn't really a whole lot Ran can do to take out both of these guys, and he does threaten lethal with Purging Flame in hand and the infiltration mission to take out exactly a card like the Sergeant. So, yeah, this is game unless
that's game over.
Counting things. And didn't even break Survivor.
Holy hell, the Forge Master is doing crazy today. What was that, like 3
Maybe
games?
Salamanders are broken after all.
Was that like 3 games of Forge Master already?
I think it's 3 or 4, and I think all of them were won. So if you're looking for a warlord to play and you want something good, maybe consider checking out Forge Master Tekel.
Yeah, that was pretty sick. Okay, so now we have Imperial Fist versus Freeman. And, well, look at this. Infernus Abomination versus the Furry. So let's see how this is gonna roll.
And once again, Chthonian Transport is online.
Yeah, it's been a very popular card with these guys for sure. They love their transport.
Yeah. And I do have to say, playing ladder, especially like in low terra, which is where I mainly play, you don't see people play this card for some reason. Like, it's a very good card, especially with the new neutrals in Flame Massage, for example. So you'd think that people were starting to catch on, but maybe after this video, we are gonna unleash the Chthonian Transport onto the ladder?
That could be possible. I did not expect that, by the way.
I think it's interesting here. Do you even want to jam the guy because you're getting rid of the maintenance? Okay, so that's how that works. I was quiet because I thought maybe the rage triggers first and kills the wolf before he gets to heal, which would have been very unlucky.
Uh-oh. Wolves just lost a very important thing. Oh. By the way, the Ethel Sigma Thanatar, I actually lost one game to that.
It's a very underrated card.
Oh, look at that damage though.
Big cleave value coming in.
Look at that damage, by the way. Just saved him so hard.
Draeger sends his regards.
Okay, wolves are still pushing. But now there's Sigma Thanatar as well as... Oh, actually he doesn't need to, I guess he's got the cleave.
Surely you gotta jam the transport here, right? Like, can't let Infernus get even more free value here.
What?
That's interesting. I assume he wants to play something else for 3 energy, because otherwise that is a very... Let's just say I would disagree with that play.
I mean, that's nice healing, but... Wow, what?
And he doesn't even use the rest of his energy. That's a very...
questionable.
Very interesting play. Yeah, I think that might be a play we, at the end of the game, could look back on and say that's the play that cost him the game, maybe.
Most probably. He needed to take out that target 100%.
Yeah, and if you think about what he then needed to do to take out one of the 2 spawns, like it cost him 3 HP on his Watchers, and he didn't even use the energy, so why not just jam and kill it, you know? That would have taken it out, and you wouldn't have needed to deal with the drops afterwards. Yeah, that should clear the board here, if he wants to.
I mean, Abomination also has a ton of heavy units here. With Custodian
I do
and
wonder...
Russ as well.
I do wonder where Lehman Russ's Reckoning is at, because I've not been keeping track of that. So he should be at around like 12 to 15 maybe, because I don't think there have been a lot of troops left on the board here. Big ordnance value.
PG finally releasing a good tank, I see.
That card is so underrated as well. Like, there are so many good cards in the neutral card pool these days. And I think that is gonna be game. And once again, was that one crucial turn maybe the shift in momentum that cost him the game?
Very surprising, actually, how one play can decide the game. I'm not one to talk. It often has happened to me, like on stream, when I say, okay, I missed 1 damage, but what's the worst that could happen? And boom, enemy surviving at 1 HP. So yeah, it is what it
butterfly
is.
effect.
Absolutely. Okay, guys, let's go to the second game, and finally we got somebody who's not playing the Forge Master. Oh, never mind, he's on the enemy team. Right. Oh god, it's Nasir. By the way, I lost
Not-
my tournament against Nasir.
You know, there are two things are certain in life: Forge Master to Kill and Chthonian Transport. And
Yeah,
Texas.
again.
So I guess it's three things.
Oh my god, it's another Custodian. Wow. Okay. By the way, Nasir is a beast, so, yeah. Let's see if Nasir is
Enjoy him
finally-
while you can.
Yeah, Never Guild is gonna bash that for sure. That's not gonna be left like that, I think.
Yeah, given we are seeing the Chiari Thalax here, I think it's very likely we are going to see a Chthonian Transport from Freeman's side as well.
Oh, look
Because
at
once again, that's not really a card that you're going to be playing normally. At least I wouldn't be playing it in Salamanders of all factions, you know, the faction that is notorious for having like 20 AoE cards.
It's still going face, I see, okay. Oh, that's a cool one.
Defenders of Caliban cosplay over here.
Yeah, pretty much. Bro. Does that not hit your own troops anymore, by the way?
I actually don't know. I think it still does. I think we are just seeing the difference between a solid player and a good player right here.
Okay, this time it has to hit his own, right? Okay.
Yeah, the HP difference is just starting to get very, very big, and he has Pluvia in hand, which I believe is 3 damage twice with the Avenge or something. And I don't think it matters here because he's certainly dead. Because he just clears the Survivor here and then has lethal.
Yeah, Nasir is nuts, man. The amount of damage he can do is scary as hell.
Yeah, let it be known, Forge Master to Kill can lose games.
I guess so. I guess so. With enough aggro, it is possible. And yet, that's another 2-0 Raz. So let us move to the next pair.
Oh my god, you're gonna see what I talked about earlier. This is a very fun game if you look at his hand.
Okay, so we have Rastrel, I guess, versus Pantheon Soul. And is that what I think it is?
Yep, I don't think your eyes betray you. That is a World Eater's mission in his hand.
What a beast, man. What a beast. I want to see this.
And
wanna see
honestly,
this like crazy.
obviously the card is not great, right? We all know that. But if there is one matchup where I think you might get away with it, I think it's this one. Because Cypher does spend a lot of time early game setting up, so you do have quite a lot of free time, quote unquote, to kill your own stuff to progress mission. The main issue is just, you know, with the mission, there are ways to get it done. That's not the issue. The issue is that once you get it, the reward is surprisingly underwhelming because you don't have any cards that have like fast, so you basically, your troops need to survive for the reward to happen, so...
Yeah, not anymore, you don't, I guess. You used to. Okay, that's pretty good. He's gonna attack again to do the mission.
Okay, he's not committing the counterattack to... He's not that desperate.
I mean, I think he's kind of sure that he's gonna be able to pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, he has Iocare or Yocare or however you pronounce that in his hand, so that is almost a guarantee to get it done. Also, can we talk about how good Karn is into Defenders of Caliban? Holy shit.
Yeah, he's just really good. Let's hope Zermal is not watching this game.
They killed Draeger and, well, oh no, that's... And I mentioned the counterattack earlier,
Oh!
which doesn't even come into play here, so yeah, that's 6 energy, mission done. Let's see if the reward actually ends up mattering.
Huh?
Okay,
What?
that's interesting. I was expecting Arvus Lighter into Strategic Mastery here, because that's what the honest version of Cypher is doing. Okay, the reward definitely comes into play here.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Could you imagine if his Warlord ability was used last turn?
Maybe I get it. Maybe I get the idea. Oh, they nerfed that card. It's no longer +2.
I think they nerfed that a while back. I don't even remember it giving +2, to be completely honest.
Am I tripping?
No, I think you are right. It did used to give +2. Although...
Yeah, seems like this is GG. I'll be just honest, maybe not really that much thanks to the mission, but, you know, that one play with it was certainly impressive. I gotta say, at least really good points for originality. I like this. I liked this.
Yeah, I mean, with missions, it usually is either you win because if you win when playing a mission, you are either winning because of the mission or you are winning despite playing the mission. Because obviously, starting hand, card in the starting hand, and effort put into the mission is certainly impacting your game in a negative way. You can argue if this was a game that was won because of the mission, because the Flemmer command squad play was very impactful. There was a lot of damage going his way. But maybe not something to try at home for the viewers. But I mean, who am I to judge? I'm not the one in the finals, so
fair enough. Fair enough.
Maybe World Eater's mission is the secret sauce the elites don't want you to know about.
Well, all right. Now we got game number 2, by the way. So, Conrad with Machine Spirits.
I think we are starting to see a pattern here.
I think we're starting to see some memes. So let's get the show on the road.
The night is full of dead stars.
Do Night Lords even get enough vehicles to do that? I don't remember.
I mean, in theory, to be fair, you have the Night Predators, which on murder create another copy of them in your hand. So, in theory, you have infinite flankers that can get you the mission done. It's actually something that I've tried for the lols, and needless to say, it doesn't work.
It somehow doesn't seem like a Night Lord card.
And for everyone watching right now, here you can see the prime example of why mission on a Primarch is not a very good idea. He just spent his first like 4 turns using Warlord ability and playing a Goodell for tempo, which is arguably not that great of a play, given he's giving Rubio just 1 free kill.
Well, Rubio is quite low though. Ooh. That's the new Nemean.
And once again, Conrad Curse with 6 energy, 6 energy, 8 energy, and 2 4 energy cards in his hand, and the 2 4 energy cards don't really... Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, that's game over, I think.
I mean, he has a 19 HP advantage, or had a 19 HP advantage, so maybe not all hope is lost, but I think it's certainly starting to look like one mission is certainly better than the other in this game.
I mean, come on. It's so over. Cerberus, probably? Huh. What?
Yeah, I think he's just digging for seals at this point. Like, the game is basically on the timer now. He's got 6 seals in his deck, or rather 5 seals at this point. And the longer the game goes, the more likely he's going to be to get them. And again, Conrad Curse with nothing to do here because no troop on the board is able to be attacked by a flank troop. So, empty turn once again. And it doesn't get a lot better here, I fear.
Well, he's just emptying his hand, apparently. Here is the last judge, for sure.
Yeah, and there's the Night Predators that we talked about earlier. So, in theory, if the game goes on for long enough time and there are enough targets, he technically can get mission done with just this one card. It's just not looking that it's very likely.
There's Macrag's Honor.
Or at least the license for Macrae's Honor.
Basically, yeah. Radisk Squad. What do you know? The only good unit is actually the Night Lord unit that is just tough.
Arriving just on time. And, you know, I fear that the Sisterhood has something to say about this. No, she doesn't.
Uh-oh.
Maybe there's a second Macrae's Honor. No?
Yeah, there's the forfeit.
Well, and there is your example on why mechanical mission in Night Lord seems like a cool idea, but doesn't actually work.
Okay, well, I guess we memed a little too hard in the second game, so let's move on to the third one. Okay, I am not gonna like this. I hate knights, but let's get the show on the road, I guess.
Now, if you would direct your attention once again towards the hand of our knight player, you see not just one, but 2 structure-related cards here. You're gonna see Forward Bunker and Imperial Capital. At this point, I'm starting to think that one player here is actually not taking this very serious.
You know what? I gotta respect that. My guy is actually memeing.
Oh no, he's actually doing it. Oh no. Well, Structure Knights, one of the best decks ever made.
Well, you saw it the first time here, folks. Structure Knights, actually.
Unshakable Warden is certainly one of the cards of all time, gotta give it that.
Oh boy. There's another one.
The bunker is certainly moving forward. I mean, the position is not even that bad. It's just that structures and their one fatal flaw of basically committing nothing in terms of board control. So even though you have this nice 2/6 body, you can't really do anything with it. So while they do buff each other and buff the Warlord very nicely here, they are not actually doing anything. So you can more or less just ignore them.
Oh, there's the Hentai Blade. Okay, what?
At this point, I'm just asking myself, are we gonna see a Patron Forge as well? Is he going all in, or is he just using the somewhat usable structures? Because we've seen him play World
What
Eater's
the-
Mission.
Forget that. What the hell is Ahriman playing?
Well, this is certainly one of the duels of all time.
Okay, I love this game. Okay, I don't care. I love this. This is the best game I've seen in a while in HHL. I am all for this, Raz.
I mean, one thing I will need to admit is that we are seeing a very funny interaction here. He used Ogreus Osmium to reduce the cost of all of his Chaos vehicles by 1, and then he played the Baleful Assembly, which actually does set the HP to 1 for all of them, but since he reduced their cost previously, now they cost 0, which is not how I thought that would work, but it apparently does, so free vehicles, I guess.
He actually cleared that. I can't believe it. What the hell are we seeing here, boys? Oh, that's a very... Oh my... Right. Oh, testicular combustion, nice.
You know, every turn is putting me more and more in awe. I can't really say anything.
He also didn't go face, if you noticed.
Maybe he didn't want to put stuff into range for a potential last cutter combo, so I guess that
is
makes sense.
possible.
I will mention the Structure Knight is actually putting up a fair bit of resistance, just not because of the structure part of the deck. So,
Well, you know what? If I have to choose my period game from the tournament, it has to be this. I swear to God.
this was certainly one of the games of all time, and let it be known, the one game he did win was with World Eater's Mission. So,
Well, there
if you
have it,
want
folks.
if you want a meta call, that's it.
Well, moving on to the final duel. For like some memes, now we have Ron versus Typhon with Raptor versus Cartex. So let us get the show on the road.
And because I think it has been forgotten a little, the score is currently 3-2 to Bald Mountain 1. So if Raptor wins this match, then Bald Mountain 1 has officially won the finals. However, if he loses, then we go into a draw and we will see a final match between the two Lodge Masters, I think.
Yes, as it should be. Ooh, Calgaro.
This is certainly not looking like a good matchup for Raptor if I had to guess, because aggro against a fairly heavy backlash deck doesn't really seem like a good matchup if you ask me, but maybe he can pull it around.
It already seems like Typhon's losing hard, but we'll see. It can swing. Oh. Oh. Yikes. That's always a very dangerous thing, to be honest. The Siege Master combos.
If the faction was better in general, I think that card is certainly due for another nerf, but it's kind of all they have. So, I mean, here we can see a very nice combination with the Dreadnought. I will mention he had the choice of buffing his Warlord and using the Recruit and his Water to kill 2 guys here, which he didn't take. He preferred to, you know, get more Bastion on the guy, which, you know, this is certainly one of the instances where you can see that a game can certainly swing very easily.
Well, this is game over, by the way. I'll be honest, I don't see Fafnir taking this. But maybe I'm wrong. We'll see about that. I just kind of don't see it anymore. There's the fat guy, the healer.
Yeah, it's certainly looking like there's, with 3 cards in hand as well, there's too much that needs to be done to turn this around. Does get a fairly good whirlwind tank here.
But now it's either Tombkeeper or Rubelus. I think it's gonna be Tombkeeper. Yeah. He might just
Also
even go
still
face here. Oh, he gave up? I think this is the first surrender that we had in this game. Okay, so before we get into this, yeah, I gotta say about the last game, it is a good example of how a game can really swing, especially with Death Guard, so not something to underestimate. And we have Cargos versus Amon. If anything, I would say Amon has to have a little bit of an advantage because Golden Boys are strong.
certainly
Again.
Card of the tournament, apparently.
Yeah, I guess that is the card of the tournament.
However, I don't. Was the last? I think it was either this is the second or the first match where we have yet to see Forge Master Tekel. So
Yeah, finally. Well, to me it seems like the Custodian is handling it quite well, but it has to be noted that 2 Vicious Strikes are in the hand, which means that he will be able to deal with his big boys.
also a very interesting play last turn. He elected for one not to bash with cargoes to make the speeder have 3 HP, so it survived the attack. But he also chose to kill the 1 HP 2 attack Sentinel, which did give Kartex a draw here, which is debatable whether that's the optimal play.
Well, because the Custodian has an advantage for now. It's for certain. Very well. Oh, nice. Though he does have the first strike, it has to be noted. Oh, that card.
Well, looks like there's gonna be 1 less Vicious Strike in hand after this.
Oh, did that thing used to have a shield?
I think they took that away thanks to... It was either Dusk or Shapura performing very well.
Well, you can see that I haven't played a while. Ooh, okay.
Also gaining 2 HP and Poisonous 1 here, which puts it out of range for a potential Darien Helsades, I think was the name. So needs to invest into quite a lot of resources here to get this off the field, which leaves the board open, and Cargos does what he does best, establishing a board, buffing it, and we will see if he's able to clear this.
Uh-oh. Oh, wait. Might be possible to actually clear this. Okay,
That's a very timely Devour Us.
Suddenly it's not looking good for the Custodian.
Yeah, Cargos can snowball like crazy if you let him. This does clear the board though.
Yeah, it does.
Well, that's not the ending any of us expected, was it?
Are you kidding me right now?
You know, I actually asked him about this incident after I recorded the games, and I quote, "Why did you do it? Well, because I wanted to play Magnus." That's the reasoning.
The finals of a tournament with a cash prize, by the way. So
Yeah, the game, if he won that game, would have been over. 1-4-2, could have gotten money. No, I want to play Magnus.
you know what? Again, I gotta respect the crazy memeing that these guys have brought to the tournament, because, well, I think that the viewers are gonna enjoy this. On to the final game then. Well, at least I'm seeing him actually picking Magnus, so let's go.
That would have been the ultimate troll. I want to play Magnus, but I didn't.
You know what? You know what? On second thought, like, okay, so we got the Sigilites mission again. Well, obviously, he's gonna be using a lot of Psyker because he wants that Whispers. By the way, Ursarkar Squad has actually been a card I've been enjoying a little bit on Thousand Suns.
Yeah, it's a very interesting card that I believe even got nerfed, because at least when it was revealed in the event it had Psyker 1 for whatever reason. But yeah, that was a very high value counterattack right there.
Oh, Prometheus.
Well, let's see if Kartex can stop this snowball that looks like is going to be happening here.
Yeah, as soon as the Thousand Suns really starts snowballing, it starts to starts to go out of hand. Even though
that 3 energy squad is not okay.
Yeah, like, even though I'm a big Thousand Suns fan, I do not enjoy this specific playstyle they have, especially if you're playing, what's his name again? The Biomancer guy.
Hathor Mat, I guess.
Hathor Mat, yeah, I always keep forgetting his name. Whoa. Talk about a good steal.
Indeed. And, of course, new loyalty buff, reducing its cost by 1 energy, coming into play here. Sadly misses the troop that I believe he wanted to hit there.
The new Nemean is crazy good, though.
Yeah, it's insane.
Oh, I think somebody's in trouble, though, now, because that Motep is gonna give him crazy amount of psychic power. There's testicular combustion.
Rolls a 5 on Warlord because that's what you do.
Not? And he's at 40 HP, by the way. And Vasquez is going to give him another one. Yeah, it's over.
Well, looks like the gamble on I want to play Magnus did pay off in the end, and that is Bald Mountain 1 taking it 4-2 over Bald Mountain 2.
Well, I certainly have to say that this tournament took a very interesting swing. So it all started from some very serious games that were very close, and somebody got a high roll at the end, and managed to swing it. And suddenly we got like a big, I don't know, attack of the memes. So you know what? I would say that was very good. I personally enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah. It was certainly very enjoyable to watch, although I would have preferred if they had started with the memes and then finished with the very serious ones, but maybe they actually did and we just didn't get the replays in the right order. That's also a thing.
That is quite possible, but I do have to say, I personally was surprised quite a bit, and thus I enjoyed it quite a lot. By the way, guys, so thank you to all of you for participating in the Triumph at Ullanor tournament. It was a lot of fun. It was very cool, and thanks to Raziel for hosting this little commentary with me. And I really hope, guys, that you enjoy it as much as we did, because certainly this was one of the finales of all time.
I still can't get over Structure Knights. I still can't.
Well,
I'm gonna see this in my dreams.
Well, I guess I guess if there was a place where we would see structure nights, it would be a grand finale of a tournament that had a cash prize. So, well, go figure, man. Go figure.
And they say practice is where all the fun is.
Well, it is what it is. What can I say? Anyway, guys, so once again, thank you very much. Leave a comment, and we'll see you in the next one.